What's going on, weenies? Welcome back to Wiener Workouts. So today is officially the first day of the deload cycle. I'm going to be taking things a lot easier today. Usually I'd go for a walk for about an hour, but today I'm just going to be doing a little bit more cardio. So I'll be showing you guys that, and hope you enjoy the video. That's just a brief look at the cardio that I like to do. Right now I'm gonna go cool off by going for an hour walk. So why don't you come with me, we'll talk for a little bit. So today I thought I'd talk about something that came up in a conversation I was having with a friend. And basically me and her were talking about attraction and how people are attracted to one another. And it's pretty interesting because she goes by the notion that opposites attract, and I go by the notion that equals attract. So it's pretty interesting. I'll give you both sides. We'll talk about both sides. So let me give you her point of view. Basically, you have to have the person opposite to you so that you guys can balance each other out. And it makes sense. For a submissive person, they want somebody that's dominant. For a lazy person, they want somebody that's hardworking. It makes sense, theoretically. The problem that I have with that perspective is the fact that you're not taking into account what the other person is feeling. Because a dominant person might not want somebody that's submissive. Likewise, a person that's hardworking might not want somebody that's lazy. But I digest because some people are different and they've proven me wrong. My perspective on attraction is that equals attract each other. So you have funny people, they want to be around funny people. You have sad people, they usually tend to hang out with sad people. It makes sense. The problem with my outlook is that sometimes they butt heads and the relationship would just diffuse. The example that she gave me is two stubborn people. They're just going to keep butting heads until one of them gives up. That's not a sign of a healthy relationship. So now that we're able to distinguish between the two, right, opposites attracting and equals attracting, let's talk about the positives for each one and how they benefit you. If you're a person that firmly believes in that opposites attract, then by all means continue believing that way, because there is some truth to that. You might find somebody that won't necessarily agree on the things that you have opinions on, which is good because it challenges you. It makes you think a little bit differently. I mean, sure, there might be things that you guys don't have in common, like you might like chocolate ice cream and your partner might like vanilla ice cream. Petty things like that really don't make a difference in the long run, so no need to worry about it. So push aside any of those petty differences and focus on more of those big issues. So like if you're a vegan and your partner's a meat eater, that would be something to consider, because if you're a vegan, I don't think you'd want to go and date somebody that's a meat eater, right? That's a conflict of interest. Also, like you might not want to date somebody that's a Republican if you're a Democrat. Just some things to think about, right? Because if you have two differing opinions, there might be some issues later on. So on the flip side, based off my experience, I would usually recommend people go after their equals. Because personally, I don't think I can be with somebody that's lazy. Right? I consider myself a hard worker. I go to school, I have a job, I upload videos to YouTube. I like to keep myself busy. And if I came home and I saw somebody just laying on the couch all day, it wouldn't necessarily make me very happy. The way I like to conceptualize the theory of attraction is based off of a simple mathematical formula. You guys are probably familiar with it. A positive times positive equals positive. You guys both agree on a topic, so that's a good thing. Negative times negative equals positive. You guys both disagree on a topic, so that's also a good thing. Positive times negative, one person agrees, the other person disagrees. Now you can see where the conflict comes into place, right? By no means am I trying to trivialize the complexity of relationships. Not at all. Obviously, it's more complicated than that, and there are a number of factors that go into a successful relationship. All I'm trying to point out is what people are attracted to and what drives that attraction further. Take a step back from relationships and think more general. When you go on YouTube and you click on a video, why is it that you clicked on that video? What is it about that video in particular that you are attracted to? Is it something that was different? Or was it something that you shared a similar view on? So I don't want to stand here trying to convince you my point of view, right? That equals attract. I mean, I can sit here and tell you that people with tattoos want to be with people that have tattoos. I can sit here and tell you that people that study chemistry want to be around people that study chemistry. I can go into detail all day about that stuff, but that would just be ignorant without thinking about the other side. So I want you guys to think about both sides when you're thinking about attraction. I came to making this video because me and my friend were discussing astrology, and I think we're both kind of skeptical about the idea that, like, you know, a Capricorn has to be with like a Taurus, or like an Aries has to be with whatever, you know, like the stars and suns align and that's like the person you're supposed to be with. And I'm just a huge skeptic on that. Like, I don't believe it. I believe that people are attracted to one another based off their similarities, not their differences. I mean, if there's a scientific way to conclude how a person is attracted to another, then I think astrology comes pretty close. But in my opinion, I think it's way too far from the truth. But again, I don't want to tell you what I think. I want to hear what you guys think. So why don't you leave a comment in the comment section below telling me which side you would go on. Do you believe that opposites attract, or do you believe that equals attract? Tell me which one you choose, and then give me an explanation why. I'd love to read what you guys have to say. So that's all I have for you guys. I'm going to go study and do some homework because I got school later today. And always keep in mind, be a wiener, not a winner. I'll see you tomorrow.